Hello, welcome back. It is Wednesday, May the, I think the 11th. Hypocrites and Liars, the Harkles. And this is my disclaimer. These are my opinions and things that have been found on the public domain. And let's go up and get started. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to let you listen to a little snippet of a video that, excuse me, is actually with some morning presenters, and it goes along with the Huffington Post article that I'll be speaking to you about in just a moment.
From which he can encourage people.
Yes, but he can't encourage people who's being hypocritical himself.
So, really, do you think that he has to live a carbon neutral life to say to people that they need to try and be green?
I think he took 4 private jets in 11 days.
There are far worse examples out there. I think.
No, but he can't preach. I'm sorry. The hypocrisy meter just goes off the scale.
So it's
with
better
this
that
one.
he doesn't acknowledge that there's a problem and raise the subject.
It's backside off private jets.
No, it's an easy target. He really is an easy target. I think he's just being put up there as a target. That's not fair. There are
What?
so
That he
many
doesn't
worse
use
culprits.
private jets?
No, I'm not saying. I have no idea.
But he
if
does.
it's
We all have an
travel
idea,
safety
and then he can sit and tell everybody else, "Don't get on your jet 2 or your 2E plane or whatever." Meanwhile, I'll scoot around the world in a private jet.
So we can never discuss anything that we have fallen foul of our Simon.
Well,
past.
we can take a vote on it. You can be gullible and listen to him. You can be gullible and listen to him. But it makes me throw up personally. Norman?
Well, I mean, I'm afraid Prince Charles is the same. I mean, Prince Charles also takes private jets, as did Prince Andrew. And there is a difficulty if you're going to lecture the world about the climate. And Prince Charles actually does believe in the climate and tackling
So
climate
GBN
change.
there, and you can see where everybody is talking about the hypocrite that he is. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle quietly went to visit the Queen. The pair met up with the Queen while on their way to the Netherlands. The Duke and Duchess' first visit to England since they moved to California in March of 2020. Harry has only returned alone twice, for the funeral of his grandfather and for the unveiling of his mother's statue. And that was strange in and of itself, the way he behaved. So the HuffPost says Prince Harry shows off as acting chops in video that gets a little too personal. Looks like the Duchess of Sussex isn't the only actor in the family. So what they're talking about, and you probably already heard, that he's made a commercial for Travelist, and he's actually targeted the people of New Zealand and a show there, and I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. But anyway, they're just saying the hypocrisy of it all, and then but I'll just get into the article. So it says the nearly 5-minute video promoting sustainable travel to New Zealanders lightheartedly offers the idea that holiday destination rate travelers instead of the other way around. So how would you want to be rated when you go? I don't think the majority of us take private planes, and that we want to go and stay somewhere in a hotel for a week and maybe use the same towel. I think we want to have that convenience of, having a fresh towel each day, or at least every other day. The YouTube video released on Monday, the Duke of Sussex stars along New Zealand actors Rhys Darby and Dave Fane and Rena Owen. At the start of the clip, the royal is seen running through the woods before he stopped by a ratings agent from New Zealand. Harry is questioned about a lollipop wrapper he allegedly dropped in 2018 when he and Meghan were visiting there on a royal tour. And I think it's just strange that he is wanting to promote this in New Zealand after it's been in all the headlines, and Tina Brown talking about it from her book The Palace Papers, where they go into saying that Meghan just didn't have an understanding of the tour, that she didn't see why they were there. It made no sense to her, greeting people, all of this. Well, she very well knew, and I hate when people give her a free pass that way, because not only did she have Samantha Cohen from the Queen's, being the Queen's assistant to many other people who were there to advise her, including and the Princess Royal, and also Camilla. It was said that she had invited her to lunch and talked to her prior to the wedding to tell her what it was going to be like and what to expect, and and that sometimes she wasn't going to get an easy run of it, that the press can sometimes turn on you, but to make it known and to act as she did with her behavior when she was there. I don't want to go on too much about it because I know it's a hurtful topic, I would think, to the people all around Australia, and I think New Zealanders would be very close and feel quite a bit like Australia does. But Harry reached out to this lady, and I'll tell you her name in just a moment, and acted as if he was going to give her an exclusive interview. Well, what he does is he uses her, and at first they think it's a gag. They don't think that it's really his people that are calling to say that he would like to talk to her. So they kind of set it up that it's going to be an exclusive interview. And Harry even goes out and has the PR put it out there. So let's just, we'll continue on and we'll get more into it in just a moment. The agent goes over a pretty personal rating system for the Duke, praising him for using only one towel during a hotel stay and for not running water while he brushes his teeth. Yeah. Revelations prompt a bewildered Harry to question the agent. How did you know that? That's really weird. Later, after a second agent arrives and they discover a mix-up, they're supposed to stop Harry Styles instead of the prince. The royal's forearm is stamped then with 4 stars. So another thing, too, I noticed he's wearing a T-shirt called Girl Dad, and it looks as though that this is being filmed in California, like going through one of the parks there. It kind of even looks like it might have been in the house that they were staying of Tyler's, where there's a running trail and so forth. But it said, in a statement shared with HuffPost, the Duke talks about the opportunity and a need to redefine the industry for better, for good, as travel recovers amid the ongoing pandemic. And here is the...
Kia ora. Piwai waka. Are you in position?
Over. Roger, Tui. I have him in my sights. And by my sights, I mean my eyesights. Oh, okay. He's fast. I'm going in. Over. Out. Harry! Hands up! H!
Oh. Hi. You okay?
Yeah, I haven't run in a while.
Clearly.
You know, we actually invented jogging.
The Australians?
No, Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Oh, terribly sorry. I know you guys hate that. Kia ora.
Kia ora. Just while I've got you here, does this ring any bells?
What is it?
It's a lolly wrapper.
Okay.
You dropped it.
No, I don't think so.
Well, according to my report, at 2:17 p.m, October 29th, Bethells Beach, Tamaki Makaurau, New Zealand, 2018. Might have been a confusing time. It was windy.
I don't think it was confusing. It was an incredible time. We had an amazing time in New Zealand. It's beautiful.
I know, right? It's a jogger's paradise. Oh, hang on a second. It's okay. It's a walkie-talkie.
Have you given him his rating yet?
Roger that. On it now.
What's this all about?
So you know how people rate the places they visit?
Yeah.
Well, imagine if those destinations rated you back.
That's cool.
Yes, it is. And we're trialling it now for the first time. So I'm here to rate you on your recent visit to Aotearoa, New Zealand in 2018.
Okay.
You'll be moderately happy to know that you scored 3 stars.
3 stars? Out of what?
100.
100?
No, out of 5.
Okay, very funny.
So yeah, not too bad. According to my notes here, you were given 12 towels at Tim's Motor Lodge, and you only used 1 for the entire stay, so pretty good.
I don't think I stayed there. And 12 towels, that's pretty excessive. I mean...
12 towels is excessive. Oh, you were very respectful of local communities. In fact, you even bought some local honey.
Yes, I remember that.
Was that nice?
Yes.
Good. And you did not keep the tap running whilst brushing your teeth.
No, I never do. Hang on a second. How did you know that? How did you know that? That's really weird.
What's that?
Oh my God, there's more of you.
Hey, Princess, Mr. Harry, kia ora. I puffed. Wish we hadn't invented jogging.
Kakapo, what are you doing here?
Hey, Waka Waka, what are you doing here?
I'm rating Harry.
I'm supposed to be rating Harry. You got Harry styly, and I got the stylish Harry.
Because look. Oh. I've gone in completely the wrong direction.
Yeah, where are you? There's now
You've
two
got
of them.
4 stars on this sheet.
I don't know how many more there are. So, sorry, 4 stars? I got 4 stars.
Oh, but this is out of 100, this one. Yeah.
He's always telling that joke.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, well, I'll give you your stamps if you don't mind. Your stars.
I'm not really allowed to accept stamps.
Yeah, so look.
Here you go, see?
Yeah, star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, just do it for New Zealand.
Okay, for New Zealand, I guess.
3. He deserves 4.
You sure? Because I don't want to get in trouble with the book. I'll give you half, because I'm not sure. There you go.
Yoda!
Oh, hang on a second. Yeah.
Hey, Waiwaka, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, actually, Kakapo has stolen my rating.
It was him that was stealing my rating before I even thought about stealing
I was there first.
Yo, but I was here second.
You're always so slow.
He knocked me on the head.
That is a lie.
Whoa.
E te rangatira. Tēnā koe.
Oh, kia ora, Rena.
Oh, long time no see e ho. Ki te pēke koe.
Ki te pai, apart from these 2 clowns.
Yeah, sorry, cuz. They're still in training. You know, it's early days. Are you fellas finished?
Ma'am, he hasn't rated us yet.
Hey, I have to rate your rating?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, a lot of this can be done by email, so 2 stars.
Yes! I thought we were going to get less.
1 star each.
Whee! Tell you what, though, this has got me thinking.
Ka pai, Prince, ka pai. Ka kite e ho.
See you guys.
Oh, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah, well, that was a bit of a shambles, wasn't it? Come on, get in the van. We're shutting this down. Let's go home. Oh,
well, it was fun while it lasted.
So that's basically it. But anyway, a couple of things I just wanted to note about that. Since Tina Brown has been talking about her book, and again, Megan saying the things that she did about the royal tours, I think it's kind of odd that it's almost like Harry's trying to go back and clean up behind her again and focus on an area that that people might not expect them to focus on, being that Megan said what she had to say about the royal tours and when they were working royals at the time. But anyway, and then also he has the t-shirt girl dad. Megan Ever is making Harry the feminist, and where he has to be like proud that he is the father of a girl. Nothing wrong with that. But what about your son? What about Archie? I never saw a proud dad or anything like that with him. It's just like Megan is always got to give her input and insert something that is a little bit woke or a little bit political. But anyway, moving on. So this is who he reached out to, Teoa Morora. And anyway, so I guess her show, you know, she's been moved around a few different places, but it said Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, announced a global campaign out of Aotearoa, New Zealand, on current affairs show with Teo Maori. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. But anyway, so his people were reaching out to her people, and she thought she was actually going to have an interview. But what happened is Harry goes on to, he has the commercial, and then he makes a statement and basically just wants her to air these things, and she's thinking what happened to the interview, and then I guess she's led to believe that she can have an exclusive sometime later. So but I need to read the article, and this is going to make more sense to you.
From our time.
Listen to this for one
Tēnā
moment.
koutou katoa. I've been to Aotearoa a number of times throughout my life, and I've always felt a deep connection and respect towards the Maori people, who make me feel so welcome every time.
Not going to play the whole thing because it goes on, and it's about 5 minutes long. But anyway, he goes on to talk about, let me go back for just a minute and see if it's in the article there. I thought I still had the screenshot of that. In a statement shared with Huffington Post, the Duke talks about the opportunity and better need to redefine the industry for better, for good, as travel recovers amid the ongoing pandemic. But he also talks about, let's see if it's back here. He goes on to talk about his wife in that video, and that what a good time that they had, and that they had bonded with people. But it seems to me like he used this lady in her show just to get his commercial out there without paying for anything. And I'll tell you a little bit more about other times when he's been known to do that. So instead of paying them to air it, they thought they were getting a sit-down exclusive, and then it made headlines that he was going to have this bombshell moment, breaking news. So it was almost like he was set up by them, or he set them up, and just didn't want to pay for the advertising of it. But I thought it looked really bad. But anyway, so another book exposing my lies. So she seems very upset about the Tina Brown book, and I think Harry is kind of doing damage control, where he called Netflix and, asked for them to not cancel Pearl, and then he's trying to get other people that will pick up the show. And I think that's going to be difficult, especially if you've never produced anything like that before, and you really don't have the experience, and they've already sent in a couple of different people that would be able to help her out with it, and she didn't seem to be able to get along with them, and just kind of couldn't get it to the forefront and get it made. So I think people would take a big risk if they decided, any of their friends, that they would invest in it. All right, so let's move on then. So let's remember a couple of the times when they took private jets, and it was written about. This is page 6, so kind of out in Hollywood, and so they're kind of exposed some of the things that stars do. The Sussexes have flown straight into a mountain of controversy. Harry and Meghan are at it again. They take a private jet back from a climate change event on Blissfully Rich and Blissfully Virtuous, that they really can have it all, wrote one angry Twitter user. So people were kind of outraged when he talks about that, his Travelist and our, reducing our carbon footprint, but then they'll go and take private jets, but he acts like it's for the safety of him and his family. I think he'd do fine in a commercial flight when you've got the future king and queen consort with Charles and Camilla and William and Catherine and their children. They don't seem to have a problem with it. And I know sometimes they do have to go over and fly privately. I think when they're taking a large group of people with them, or going to stay for a long period of time. But, they don't do that on a regular basis like Harry does. So let's recall some of those things. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle called hypocritical for flying 21 private jets in just 2 years. They've since reportedly taken at least 21 private jets since the start of 2019, leaving a UK government minister telling Newsweek they're completely hypocritical. And that's the way we feel, virtue signaling and preaching to us about what we should do, what we've got to do. But I'm sorry, the rules should apply to him as well. He should be doing the same. So they flew home from their tour of New York, and this was when they went just a while back. When was it? In the fall, when they went to New York City and then attended in the park the Vax Live, trying to push for vaccine equity. But they flew on a Dassault Falcon 2000, the Sun reported. So Hollywood Showbiz Cheat Sheet says, now get this, I don't remember reading this before, but this is back last August. So it said, flight attendant says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry didn't pay their bill on a plane. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan officially stepped down from royal duties in March of 2020. Let's just skip down. This includes a female flight attendant who says the Duke and Duchess of Sussex asked to be treated like any other passengers on board a plane when they did not pay their bill. The airline attendant again described the pair as very nice and friendly, but added, at the time to take the payment, I didn't know what to do, as if they didn't ask for the bill, and it seemed like that they assumed that what they had gotten was free. And I guess he had tea and biscuits, and Meghan a lemon muffin and some tea. So the Duke and Duchess made news for their airplane behavior in the past. and this was when they were on the Royal Australian Air Force. So what Meghan and Harry did and didn't do on their flight made news in the past, and so did their flying preferences. This caused more controversy more than once after Harry took a helicopter 2 days before delivering a speech on the need for everyone to reduce their carbon footprint, and then again after giving a lecture on climate change when he took off with his family for a vacation on a private jet. Meghan Markle's, this is also about her kind of dropping people, the way they use them up and drop her and then we'll go back. But Meghan Markle's former friend said that the Duchess has a habit of ghosting. She's done it quite a lot of people. Just so we can kind of recall, this is what was picked up on, and now it seems like that she has a very close circle of friends, and I'm not sure if she would count Oprah and Gayle among those. But it's been rumored that they were reaching out to their people. I'll have my people call your people and we'll talk. That she might want to do another sit down with Oprah and get some more points across. So it says that they announced in 2020 that they were stepping down as senior royals. Let's skip down just a little bit. And says in the past that it's been claimed that Harry's bride has a habit of picking up and walking away from people whenever she pleases. So she ghosts you. She did her own family. When Meghan's former agent warned her about the press while she was dating Prince Harry, the Suits star stopped talking to her. So she had a different PR firm or press agent, and when she knew that she was dating him and that it was going to become public, she started warning her about how different things were going to be. Well, Meghan just tells her, I don't want to hear of anything like that. And her agent said, this is serious. This is the end of your normal life, the end of privacy, everything. Nelthorpe Crown told her, but claimed that Meghan just held up her hand and said, save it. I don't want to hear any negativity. This is a happy time for us. That's a little bitchy. Meghan stopped working for Nelthorpe Crown, or working with them, a week before she and Harry got engaged, and they haven't spoken to one another since. So she just dropped them. If you give her any criticism, if you try to forewarn her about something, if you tell her anything that she doesn't want to hear, this has been proven over and over again. What she does is she just ghosts you and just moves on and goes with someone else. British TV personality, you might recall Lizzie Cundy met Meghan when the Suits actor was visiting the UK and looking for a London man prior to dating Prince Harry. She ghosted me once the engagement hit, Cundy said to The Express, adding, she ghosted quite a lot of people, obviously, including her family. So I'm not the worst person she's ghosted. And some people were wanting to know if he had a private plane. No. But he does rent those. When asked about his own use of private planes, Harry said, I came here by commercial. I spent 99% of my life traveling the world on commercial, yeah, right. Excuse me, occasionally there needs to be an opportunity based on a unique circumstance to ensure that my family are safe. It's generally as simple as that. So, do as I say, but not as I do. Yeah, go ahead, keep preaching it to us, because that's why nobody doesn't, what you say, it doesn't matter. We don't have any respect for what you're saying, because you're pointing a finger at us when you're doing the very things that you're warning us against doing. So Vanity Fair says, Harry and Meghan under fire after yet another private plane flight. Frankly, it's hypocritical. They're preaching about the catastrophic effects of climate change whilst jetting around the world on a private plane. So they had been branded hypocrites after flying to Ibiza with baby Archie in a private jet for the first overseas family holiday. Harry and Meghan flew to the Spanish island to mark Meghan's 38th birthday last week. Excuse me, but instead of taking a commercial jet, they reportedly flew on a friend's private plane. The news came days after Harry faced criticism for flying on a private jet to the climate summit change after the Google camp in Sicily, where he delivered a speech on the imminent threat of climate change. The prince, who has claimed that he and Meghan have Meghan's plan to have no more than 2 children in order to help save the planet. Yeah, right. Reportedly spoke barefoot about saving the environment and urged people take action. However, he is understood to have flown to Sicily via this private jet and helicopter, both of which do far more damage to the environment than do commercial travel options. Former Royal Protection Officer Ken Wharf, you might remember him. He's in a lot of the photos when the kids were kind of like secondary school, just getting up to like teenagers. And he went to amusement park with us, and you can see him riding some of the rides with him. So very nice man. So he was a former Royal Protection. It says Thursday joined environmentalists and MPs in criticizing the couple for having double standard. During that time at my palace, most of the flights were took by commercial on British Airways, the national carrier, said Wharf, who protected Princess Diana and William and Harry during the 90s. BAs were also very helpful with the VIP and departures and keeping the flights out of my head. I never had a problem with Diana, William, and Harry on the numerous holidays we took to the Caribbean. We always flew commercial, and in fact, I don't ever remember flying private plane. It's no guarantee that the security is any better. You're better off with a BA security because they are used to working with VIPs. So, practice what you preach, Harry and Meghan, especially you, Harry, and stop virtue signaling to us and telling us what we need to do. You are a hypocrite in my eyes. So let's go on to another little tidbit. The international news, Prince Harry unlikely to relinquish key position as he intends to serve the Queen. Now this bothered me. So you know how I said that he wanted to keep needed a residence in the UK, well, for tax purposes, but also for this reason. And there's been rumors that they might be removed from councillors of state because they would be third and fourth, and perhaps replaced with Princess Anne and also with Edward, the brother. Prince Harry may have stepped down from his royal duties to live financially independent life in the U.S. with his family, but he has no plan to relinquish as Counselor of State. Of course not. According to reports, the Duke of Sussex is domiciled in Britain and is eligible to serve the Queen as one of the 4 Councillors of State. The report said that the Duke will keep his UK address silent. Also, royal fans are reacting to the news, and several of them said on social media that Prince Andrew and Harry need to be removed as counselors of state. Well, I agree that. I think it should have been done a long time ago. So another said, so what's wrong with Prince Harry and Prince Andrew are counselors of state? The law should be changed so that the Princess Anne becomes one. Royal biographer Angela Levin also backed the demand by retweeting a post calling for removal of Prince Harry and Andrew as Counselor of State. So bugger off, Harry. We're just sick of all the headlines, all the things that you and your wife instruct your PDina, public representatives, public service agents, PR. Just go away. Just live quietly. I thought this stresses you so much. So you're not wanted here, you're not wanted there, you're not wanted anywhere. So thank you for subscribing, and I hope you'll leave me some comments. This was just a video. I was just trying to capture some of the current news, but I've got one that I've tried uploading this weekend, and then of course I tried even again on Mother's Day, which was Sunday, and then I was really busy yesterday and today, so I'll get this up and go back and try to record that because it's been stuck in the scanning mechanism for a long time, so a number of days now, and I recorded quite a long one, so I was hoping not to have to, but that's okay. I'll just do it and keep it moving. But hope everybody's having a good week thus far. Prayers to Her Majesty not being able to go in open Parliament today. That must be a very sad and moment for her, but we wish her well, and I'm sure having contracted the virus at her age has managed to slow her down quite a bit. I understand she's probably out of breath, and that can affect her mobility, and we certainly don't want to see her be out and about and get tripped up or lose her footing. So bless her, and thank you to all of you that are watching, and I'll be back in the next video. So thanks again. Have a great day.